This special video is brought to you by EA Sports Game Changers. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Pizza, and today it is time for a little debate. You know that I love myself a little argument, and it's going to involve the 5 Hall of Fame players that you guys have a choice to choose between if you get the Hall of Fame edition. These players are going to include Terrell Davis, Brian Urlacher, Rod Woodson, Dan Marino, or Terrell Owens. Now, I am here right now to pitch my point to you on why Brian Urlacher is the best choice for you.
I am the greatest.
Brian Urlacher, the bald-headed beast. Oh wait, no, not anymore actually. The two-paid Titan at middle linebacker is the right choice for me, it's the right choice for you, it's the right choice to everybody, and here's why. Now, number one, let me point this out, and I'm not sure if anybody remembers or if this is the right year, but I believe in 2006, the Bears made it to the Super Bowl. They had like a 13-3 record. Now, like I said, I'm not completely sure, but I remember one year whenever Brian Urlacher was leading the Bears defense, their team was absolutely going off. They were terrorizing every team that they versed nearly every single week. And I also remember it had to be some sort of record. They scored a touchdown nearly every single game that year on defense. And that defense obviously leading them to the championship, which they ended up losing, unfortunately. I know, whatever. It wasn't their fault. It was the terrible offense. Rex Grossman was their quarterback. Rex Grossman. You probably don't even know who that is.
The NFL playoffs are upon us.
And why are the playoffs upon us? Because of defense. Because of Brian Urlacher. I'm telling you. Now, we went ahead and hopped into a solo battle while I discussed my points, and I want you to be honest after my argument on whether or not Urlacher is the right player for you or whether or not somebody else is. And if you are going to choose somebody else and you feel like somebody else is the right pick, let me know who it is and let me know why you think that you got to take that person. First off, while we're on offense, let me talk about some of the other players that you can get. Now, I'm not saying that any of these choices are terrible, but I just don't think that they're the right pick for you. So at quarterback, you have a chance to get Dan Marino. He's a quarterback. He's the leader of the offense. That's great. I mean, that's probably the most important position you can get. I mean, I'm thinking that we can all agree upon that. Now, I'm thinking about Dan Marino, though. And I don't know about you, but I'm never using Dan Marino, okay?
You're unbelievable, man. You're unbelievable.
Think about it for a second. Did you ever do a mutt draft before and have Dan Marino and 2 other picks on the board? Chances are you're probably not taking Dan Marino. Why? Because he's slow. Literally, if you've seen this guy run, you think he weighed 400 pounds. He's not a mobile guy. He's not the funnest player to use. And you're going to be hiking the ball. You're going to sit back in the pocket. And sure, you might be able to zip passes in here or there. But what if you get pressure? You're not going to be able to roll out. He's not going to be able to throw it on the run as good as any other quarterback. Dan Marino, slow. Keep it in mind. Also, on offense, if you look at running back, Terrell Davis is an option for you, okay? I'm a huge fan, personally, of running backs, but you gotta think of it a couple different ways. Please don't pick that off. Thank you. If you decide to go ahead and get Terrell Davis to start your team off, you're gonna be relying on your offensive line. Look at this. He can only do so much. Terrell Davis isn't going to be able to perform the way that you want him to, unless if you build up your entire offensive line, which is gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna cost a lot of coins, okay? Another thing, if you only have a good running back and you have no passing game, your offense is going to be completely one-dimensional. The defense will be able to stack up the box. You see what I'm saying here? Terrell Davis will get shut down in a game pretty dang easily. He's a really good player, but he's not somebody that's going to be able to take over a game for you. Now, another player on offense, I'm not trying to knock this guy down or anything, but that's going to be T.O. He's a wide receiver. Wide receivers are, I don't know, it's a little bit questionable. Let's go to A.B. This is a wide receiver. That's a good wide receiver, okay? So is T.O. They can make plays like that. That's 100% facts. Say, though, that you're thinking about getting T.O. at wide receiver. Your opponent, he's going to know that he's the #1 player. T.O. can get locked up by a double team. He can get usered on. If he's not open, oh my gosh, wait, this is actually an incredible play. Forget that. No, it is not. Where I was going with that, though, if T.O. gets locked up and he gets double teamed, there's the offensive line thing again. Do you think Terrell Davis is going to be able to do anything on that? No. But as soon as T.O. gets double teamed, as soon as somebody finds out that he is your #1 guy, he's going to probably get locked up. Antonio Brown's really good, by the way. There it is. There it is. Oh, yes. I love it. That leaves us with one other player besides Brian Urlacher. This is my honest opinion about picking Rod Woodson. A DB would be pretty solid to get in the beginning. Like, I'm not gonna lie about that. But here's the thing, though. Imagine you got Rod Woodson on the outside versus #1 guy. Or no, imagine this. Imagine you don't take Rod Woodson. You have some scrub on the outside covering their #1 guy, and he gets beat deep. Well, guess what? You got safety help. You don't necessarily need a super good corner or a super good safety as long as you got backup. Unless if you're trying to go one-on-one or press up against their best guy, just having one really good cornerback might not mean as much as you think. That leaves us with one player, Brian Urlacher. Here he is right here. Look at this, bro. You want to do that? I'm sure you want to do that. The main reason on my argument for Brian Urlacher is the ability to use her, okay? I don't know about you on how you play, but normally whenever I play a game, I'm on the middle linebacker on defense almost 100% of the time. If you're somebody that likes to play on the defensive line, first off, I recommend challenging yourself to start using the middle linebacker. At first, it's going to be rough. I still have some really bad, terrible plays with the middle linebacker, which are completely my fault. But the more that you use it, the more practice that you get using the middle linebacker, the better that you're going to get. And whenever you do get really good, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with on defense. Like, good luck scoring on you. You know what they all say, defense wins championships. We've seen that recently. Wow, that's actually not a bad run. Now, the Terrell Davis is really slow. That's just a low overall card. But we've seen 100% proof of that whenever the Broncos versus the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl. We all seen how that game went. That was defense versus offense. Who came out on top? The defense did. You know, whenever we're talking about unbeatable teams or really good franchises, dynasty teams like the 85 Bears or the Steel Curtain, those were insane defenses that led their teams. The people saying that they are the greatest of all time, it's because they had a good defense. Like I said, Brian Urlacher himself was on one of them. Probably the best defense that I ever remember playing. And I don't know. Like I said, it might have been 2006. It was probably about 10 years ago or so whenever that happened. Maybe it was a little bit more recent, not completely sure. Hold on one second though. I wouldn't mind scoring. I have this weird problem where I just like throwing the ball up to Antonio Brown because, well, he's Antonio Brown. And I think he's going to be able to get that. Wow. Maybe he doesn't drop that. Okay, this game's fake. I'll just quit right now. See though, but there's my point right there. If your number one guy isn't performing, what are you going to do about it? With a guy like Brian Urlacher though, you're going to be on him the entire game. And I'm sure that he's going to be a lot quicker than most people come the beginning of the game. Oh wait, I didn't even throw to that guy. Alright, so whatever, we're still winning. I know you guys aren't used to me having leads, so you're welcome for this great gameplay. Let's start up this second half and continue this little debate that we got going on. If we all think about a linebacker, they are more or less the quarterback of the defense. They're the ones that are calling a lot of the shots, they're calling the adjustments, they're reading the quarterback. In my opinion, I'd say that they're, without a doubt, the most important position on the entire defense. And like I said, we all know how important that defense is. Look at this. They can't do anything on us. They can't score. Now that actually brings up a good point though. This is a real life situation that I remember happening to my team, the Steelers, just last year. I'm sure we all remember Ryan Shazier going down and being out for the season. I can't stress enough on how much that actually affected this team. There were a couple different games that... Somebody just got killed. Anyways though, there were a couple different games that I specifically remember if we had Ryan Shazier that it could have completely changed the game around. Both of those games were ones that I've actually went to. So last year, whenever the Steelers took on the New England Patriots, it was the AFC like top game of the entire year. It was more or less the Steelers offense going up against Gronkowski. Nobody on the Steelers could cover Gronk. And Ryan Shazier, without a doubt in my mind, would have been able to be that guy. At the time, we didn't have a good enough linebacker to be able to cover him. Therefore, we had to put Sean Davis on him, and we're experimenting with other things. And really, with a good player like Gronk, there was no way to stop him unless if we double teamed him, and that it just wasn't going to happen. Because Tom Brady is Tom Brady. He would have just found somebody else to throw it to. Another thing that I remember, and oh, this was such a sad thing, the playoff game. The dreaded playoff game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, every time he touched the ball, I'm pretty sure he gained about 20 yards. At that time, my team needed somebody on defense to be able to keep up with him, to be able to help stack the box if he needed to, if he wanted to run it up the pipe, or to be able to run to the outside. Oh, this game plays so bad. I actually apologize. But yeah, to be able to run outside if he decided to bounce one out and get to him and secure a tackler, because linebackers, they're tacklers, they know how to bring people down. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good argument on why Brian Urlacher should probably be your pick. There's a middle linebacker pick right there. I mean, even if you don't user him, imagine that for a second. Everything over the middle is just going to be covered. Let's go for another one. Go big or go home, maybe. Wide open receiver. None other than Antonio Brown gets the hurdle. Highlight plays here. So I go right there. Patience is key. Devin Funchess, great catch. That's 14-0 in this solo battle. Middle linebacker is absolutely the position that you got to go for. Like, there's no doubt. I don't know what else to say. Oh my gosh, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, baby. He just locked the game up. Brian Urlacher. Who was I talking about the entire time? I don't know. I forget. I actually don't forget. It's that guy right there. Let's get it. Let me also show you something really quick that if you really wanted to do this, you could. And this just proves why middle linebacker is, like, without a doubt, the best pick that you can make. We could substitute in Brian Urlacher at tight end. And don't worry, he'll be an even higher overall, so you don't got to worry about that. And we're going to hit Brian Urlacher, and he's going to catch touchdowns for you on offense if you really need that. You need a receiver, a tight end, get Brian Urlacher, and then he'll play defense too. That guy doesn't get tired out. He's a legend. Anyways, I don't know. I just think Brian Urlacher is the best card that you have a chance to pick. That's just my opinion. Obviously, everybody else has their own opinion, so let me know who you think that you would go for or who you are going to go for if you're getting the Hall of Fame edition. Put it down in the comments below, and if you're not getting the Hall of Fame edition, still put a comment down below. Just let me know who would be your pick and why that person would be your pick, because I'm going to be reading through a lot of the comments and responding to a lot of you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Just something a little bit different, something a little bit fun. I like doing the whole argumentative persuasion thing. It's kind of fun to me. I don't know. So, like I said, something a little bit different. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying a little bit of extra uploads lately. If you have been, let me know by smacking a like right now. It helps out a ton. Also, don't forget, if you're brand new, subscribe. This Madden 19 season is going to be insane. Thank you all so much for watching, seriously. And until next time, you guys already know, if you've been stopping by, don't forget to keep God number one, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. I'm out of here. Practice? Brian Urlacher don't need practice.